Hello and welcome to the Listening Post's unboxing channel on YouTube. Today it is with great pride, as always, I share such a very special product with you today, the brand new NAD M10 V2. Now the M10, this little compact, full colour touchscreen display little unit, just packs so much power and control into a little box. It's taking all of NAD's new digital hybrid technology and putting it in this glorious little package. It's been time for an update, and NAD have spared no expense in revisiting and reimagining what people have been using their M10 for and how to best implement some really critical updates to ensure that you, the end user, end up with something that's absolutely stunning. Firstly, they've got a slightly new look. You'll see that as we drill in. They've got a much better colour screen. They've added a few features that will now support 4.0 and 4.1 sort of surround sound. You can add the pulse flex as rears wirelessly and other things like that, because obviously some of their users were wanting some form of surround sound from a small amplifier. They've of course kept the 32-bit 384 kilohertz DAC, all of those things. That's all good. That's there. The HD Bluetooth, which is in and out, by the way. But they've added a new sort of amplification parameters, so it'll handle a wider range of speakers, and also it's got their hybrid digital out of their M33. So it's stunning, it's lovely, and so proud to be sharing it with you today. Let's have a look. Packaging. So, NAD. This one probably got air freight, which is why you've got this additional sort of DHL thing on one side, but the packaging itself is always very muted. This is a freight carton. It's got model and serial numbers on the edge, all in a scannable sort of system. Opening these, very, very straightforward, because of course it's kind of just packing tape. These products are often opened by the New Zealand distributors to exchange international power cords with one fit for New Zealand purposes, which is why we see this little blue tag for exactly that, just a reminder that it's been opened and things have been swapped out. But obviously we will be seeing this exactly as you would in your own home. Once the outer shipping carton is opened, it reveals the little bit more glamorous inner carton associated with the Master series that NAD produce. Getting it out from that is very straightforward, and we move on to the product itself. Now, like the previous model, the outer carton is small because the unit itself is small, and with the gold logoing or printing is at least implying the quality of what we will see inside. The packaging is lovely, and it's sealed with one of those sort of plastic circular tags. Opening that, very, very straightforward. From there, the packaging starts to imply some of the elegance and quality of the product that we will see inside. Those little things are just lovely, in fact charming, as far as that pride of ownership that NAD want to deliver for a product of this pedigree. The second thing you'll see is just nestled in the top there, a tiny little wee gold, not real gold, but gold coloured USB. It is screen printed. I might just open that. It's screen printed with NAD Master Series on one side and then the M10 on the other. This is ideal. Probably got user manual on board, but it's ideal to store a little bit of music, and if nothing else, it's a stunning little keychain. Removing that top foam packaging, we see the first hint of some of the upgrades that have been made with these products. This talks about the Dirac Live and is a basic internet upgrade sort of guide form. Like anything that's mainly going to be connected to an internet for streaming, the first thing you've got to be able to do is connect it and download the latest software. So the guide form spends most of its time talking about exactly that. By the way, for those that have used BluOS or BluSound before, you'll kind of understand how intuitive it is. And the easiest thing that I always give all of my customers as advice is simply power it up, plug in a network cable, and let it ruminate for a while. Then download and utilize the app, and it will talk you through all of the process. You can name it, you can download the latest software with ease, and that is one of the brilliance of this product. It's NAD's pedigree and resource as far as its software that makes a product like this such a beautiful piece to own. Tilting it forward, we see some of the foam packaging all cut to fit perfectly the amplification that's inside. And then, as we've seen with other Master Series products, the unit itself is in a drawstring bag. Pausing for a moment as we drill down into all the rest, we see a desiccant moisture preserver and a second piece of closed cell foam. Looking at the bottom, getting rid of the carton, gives us the opportunity to quite easily access the accessories in the bottom of the packaging. Those accessories are inside a brown cardboard box. And the first thing that I've already alluded to it is the fact that there is a New Zealand IEC 3-pin power cord. There is, in the little black cardboard holder, is a little cleaning cloth. It's lovely to see that they give you one of these. New as far as a feature with this is that NAD have included a free remote control. Previously it was available as an accessory. The remote actually operates as standard all of the NAD components, so the pulse flex, the pulse midi, all of those types of things. The remote control has a little couple of 50-cent coin kind of batteries, and the remote is awesome. It's functional, it's just functional enough. No more complication on the remote. Ultimately, if you're going to dive into any of the setups, you're going to do that on your phone, so they just leave it as an uncomplicated little remote control. It's got the ability to change volume, skip and play, pause, as well as turn the unit on and off. Again new is the direct live microphone and USB. NAD is now incorporating a significant number of room correction and speaker correction things, and Dirac is one of the companies that have invested heavily in their relationship. The microphone and the USB to microphone adapter is part of the setup, and plug it in and away it goes. Talks you through it. It's actually really easy to get the most of. Now, opening of course the drawstring bag, very straightforward. It's lightly knotted. And we get to see the product for the first time. Now at the top it is protected with one of these beautiful clear films, and once removed we see not only a beautiful almost mirror finish, but the inclusion of the new M10 V2 logo. At the top we see the air vents associated with it, and there's a couple on either side. The ventilation is actually beautifully moulded into the product itself, giving it a lovely sense of elegance. Protecting the sides, there is a second layer of protective film, and again that's very straightforward to remove. A good swift, good sort of firm tug, and that can be removed and discarded. Looking at it, it's a very similar footprint to that of the previous version, and again the front touchscreen is independently protected. Now please, as always, hang around for some of the photographs. There's a few other things I want to show you as far as the screen. It's full colour and it's charming as far as its ability to navigate very easily. The unit has a new sort of matte finish, the previous model a little bit shinier perhaps. The footprint is virtually identical if not the same. The sides offer a little bit of heatsink, it's part of its design, and underneath a significant amount of ventilation as far as drawing appropriate amounts of air through the unit. Given how muted the front is, because it is a touchscreen, it's not until it's powered up that you see what it's going to look like. It's at the back that the features really start to add up. Firstly, we'll see some boring stuff along the fact that we've got the power input and IR in and trigger out. We've got a couple of traditional analog inputs and a pre-out. It supports 2 subwoofers, and in the app you're able to identify crossovers and balance those kinds of things quite nicely between them. And then there's a coax and optical digital input. The HDMI now supports eARC, and beside that there's a little sort of service port I would suggest for hard resetting of some kind. There's a LAN or network connection, and again I reiterate, if you are streaming good content from Tidal and Deezer and all of those things that BluOS supports, you should do everything you can to ensure that you network cable a product. Running these things on wireless with the arms race that often occurs in somebody's home can be completely avoided by not using wireless or Wi-Fi. Plug in a cable. You'll get an infinitely superior connection, more stable and faster because of it. Beneath it is a USB. Now that is not only the input for the direct microphone adapter, but also for the purposes of playing music directly off a USB. It will support modest sized hard drives via the USB as well. Beside it is a USB mini, specifically for service and forcing of software updates, and then you've got a standby button. Now pushing and holding that for a prolonged period of time turns the unit off, tapping it brings it out of standby. Beneath all these inputs and outputs we've got its main application, which of course is directly outputting to speakers. You've got clearly labelled left and right, both black and red for positive and negative. The fit and finish on these binding posts is actually surprisingly good given its relatively compact nature. And it's wonderful to see that they've spared no expense as far as how you may connect bananas, spades, bare wires, all of those things. An unusual feature though is that you can actually bridge this unit mono. You can stack a couple of these together if you should ever want to. It's an unusual feature, but it's one that's part of how the new amplification has been set up, and it's something that they will continue with. So, there we have it. NAD's brand new M10 V2. 100 watts a channel, BluOS, full touchscreen, a few other things to improve the operation and leave this product absolutely perfect. Very proud to have shared it with you today here at the Listening Post in Christchurch, New Zealand. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, subscribe to our channel.